Hey everybody, I'm Rivella and welcome to my YouTube channel, aka my Sims World. Today I am back to show you guys how I create my save file because long story short, I lost all of my saves and I didn't back up anything except for the Sims that I have already created. Not her laughing, I'm dead. Okay, so since I lost everything, I had to start everything from scratch, so I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. So the goal is to create a proper base save, something clean, organized, and ready to go. That way, every time I want to start a new game, I won't have to redo everything from scratch. I can just use this base as my starting point. That way, I can save a ton of time and it will make it easier to stay consistent with my world, my townies, and all the little details I like to have in place. And to start the base save, you will have to create a sim. So let's go ahead and click on new game. The game will give you an option to create a story by answering some questions, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
No thanks. As you can see, my sim doesn't have a weird look or a crazy outfit. Thanks to the Starting Sims in Cast mod by the Sims Lab, I discovered this mod recently and I just wish I had it sooner because the time I used to spend in Cast...
Bombastic side eye.
Basically, what it does instead of the game generating these...
What is that?
Ooh. Traumatized. This mod gives you a pool of pre-made sims to start from, 40 in total. So every time you open Cast, you'll get one of these clean custom sims instead. To start with a new sim, just reset current household. Now you have another unique looking sim, so you don't have to worry about having, same face syndrome. It's such a good way to have more variety with your sims without having to spend hours on fixing every single one of them. I usually tweak them a little bit just to fit my sim style, add some skin details and makeup, pick the outfits, maybe change the hair, and they are good to go. Now let's go ahead and get into the save. Click on load game and enter the base save. First thing I do is the townies makeovers because I simply cannot play my game without doing this. So I gave everyone a full redo without using CC except for skin details and makeup because I just don't have the energy to deal with broken CC every time the game updates. I don't have much patience for that anymore, and I just had to remind myself that these are just townies, background characters that I don't have to see every single time my sims go out. So I don't have the pressure to make them look perfect. I just try to make them the best version of themselves. Now that I'm done with the game's townies, I still need to populate my game to make it feel more alive. And at this point, I'm just way too drained to start creating sims. So I'll just go ahead and grab them from my favorite creators on the gallery. The first one is Sims by Tessa. They make super pretty sims, mostly family household with all 5 outfit categories done, which saves so much time. Next is Simple Sims. I love their style so much because it has variety. You can find any types of sims. You also have NPC sims. You can find some townies makeovers too. All you gotta do is choose and put them in your game.
What is that?
One thing about me is that I'm very strict when it comes to my game. I don't want to see any randomly generated townies walking around, and to fix that I used the No New Random Townie Generated by Sepsid to keep everything looking cohesive. The next mod is a must-have for me, and it is the Simspawn Overhaul mod by Lothario. It prevents Sims from going into worlds that they are not a part of, meaning that you'll be less likely to see a Sim from Sulani spawning in San Myshuno. And I just think that it breaks the immersion so bad when it happens, and as soon as the immersion breaks, I feel so annoyed. But anyways, let me show you guys my settings. Okay, so to see the settings, I'm gonna shift click on a mailbox. Then click on Lothario mod settings, Simspawn Overhaul, and you have all of these. And usually when you first download the mod, everything here is enabled. Okay, so on the top of the list, we have the world compatibility settings. What it means is that you can link worlds together. For example, I always felt like Willow Creek and Magnolia Promenade had the same vibe. So if I link them both together, it means that Sims from Willow Creek can spawn into Magnolia Promenade and vice versa. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so local pedestrians enabled. This means that the pedestrians will always be Sims who resides in a world compatible with the current one, meaning that Sims from Oasis Springs will be the local pedestrians. Allow homeless pedestrians disabled. I did it because my homeless Sims are NPC service Sims and they have on their uniforms, so I don't want to see them walking around. Again, it just breaks the immersion. Prefer local venue Sims enabled. Sims visiting a venue will Sims visiting a venue will preferably be Sims who resides in... Okay, now I can't talk. Okay, let me do it again. Prefer local venue. Sims visiting a venue will preferably be Sims who resides in a world compatible with the current one. So this is enabled for the same reason I have local pedestrians enabled. Homeless service Sims. When enabled, Sims such as bartenders and stall vendors will always be homeless Sims. And this is what I was talking about earlier. My homeless Sims are service Sims, so they will pop up every time there's a need of a service Sim. Fixed NPC outfits. When enabled, randomly generated NPC outfits will be replaced with the everyday category. This is such a good feature. And the other settings are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna read them. Just know that they are enabled. And the last mod we are going to talk about is a classic. It is the MC Command Center. I don't know about you guys, but I always felt like the days went by so fast in the game. So I fixed it by changing the game time speed. What you're going to do is go into MCCC settings, go into gameplay settings, then game time speed. And by default, it is set to 25, but I changed it to 45. Now I feel like I can do so much of what I've planned. Okay, so we are now going to move on to my favorite part, and it's the builds. I rely heavily on the gallery because I cannot build to save my life, and I have accepted it. Okay, I'm good. Anyways, big shout out to the builders because I don't know how my game would look like without y'all. Okay, so for my residential words, I like to have a pretty balanced number of community and residential lots, if not more community lots than residential, just because I don't want to be stuck in a pretty neighborhood with nothing to do or feel like I have to travel to a completely different world just to go to a gym or a cafe. And I definitely prioritize multi-purpose lots. Honestly, anything that gives the lots more gameplay value without needing to add more buildings. I also pay attention to color schemes just to make sure everything blends nicely together. It just makes me want to play the game even more. To add on to that, I also try to make sure the builds look similar. Most of the time, I stick to the same creator when I find a build I like just to keep that consistency. But sometimes they don't have enough lots to fill the whole area. So what I do is head to the gallery front page, click on following, and check if any other creator that I follow have something that fits. It's kind of my way of keeping the world cohesive without spending hours scrolling through random stuff. For the destination world, I focus mostly on community lots, but I still make sure to keep at least one residential lot in each, just to have some locals living there. It makes the world feel less empty and way more believable. When it comes to inspiration, I like to go with the vibe of the world, and when it comes to lot ideas, I just look around me, see what's going on in my city. For example, I have a grocery store 5 minutes away from me. I have a gym 5 minutes away from me too. That just reminded me that I need to go to the gym. Anyway, And that's pretty much it for today. It took a bit of time. These past 4 weeks have been intense, but honestly, so worth it. It feels so good to have a save that reflects how I want to play. Hopefully, this gave you some ideas if you are thinking of doing the same. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you want to chat or ask a question, comment down below. Every mod mentioned will be linked down below. Finally, do not forget to subscribe for more Sims 4 content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!